Yo, what's going on, nerds and blurs? It's your boy Nerd Solo, and I am here with the guy, Deante Kyle of the Next Podcast.
Slug, man.
What's going on?
Man, appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Yeah, I'm cooling, man. I'm loving this shit, man. This shit is it's a great event.
What brought you out to Atlanta Comic Con into the nerd blurred world?
So Flood actually is the one who invited me. I wasn't hip, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know that there's like very few Black Comic Cons, just like solely for Black cosplayers or nerds, blurs. And I was like, shit, hell yeah, I want to be a part of that because that's what our show is about. Just being inclusive to everybody in the Black community. That's actually what our topic is today for our live show. So it's like, I can learn more. I'm being introduced to a lot of stuff. I'm also learning like, damn, y'all been a nerd the whole time. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But I think I was everybody kind of just conflated with only anime. Yeah. But yeah, it's so much more inclusive, even like down to wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like the wrestling video game aspect, I was like, oh yeah, they got me hooked right there. Right. I couldn't get into that Street Fighter tournament. I know I was gonna get dusted, but
they asked me. I was like,
"I'm cool, bro.
Fingers ain't what they used to be."
Nah, I ain't kicking it like that. Like my 11-year-old beat me in every video game now, so I'm like, I'm out of that space.
But yeah, I mean it's true because like everybody growing up, nobody knew that they was actually nerds, and they giving us hell for trying to be nerds and shit. And so you know as we grow up, everybody. Start being more inclusive and start supporting each other more and realizing we got more in common than what we think. And so we create these spaces for people of color, for our people, so we can feel welcome versus going to these other conventions and things like that where you may be told that why are you wearing that cosplay? They're not Black.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think that also too, it's like we need some alternative expressions. Like I think everybody kind of like looking the same, feeling the same, thinking the same. It flattens us as a community. And when we ostracize anybody who's different, we just continually flatten ourselves. But then when we get into activism, like activist space or like spaces where we speak out against like status quos and social norms, we love to say we're not a monolith. But we love to like reinforce monolithic ways of thinking or monolithic behavior. So like, I'm not with that shit. So I think even opening myself up to be in different spaces and understanding like what that subculture is, I think for me, it's like, how do we make it a part of the culture instead of like a subculture or something that's been ostracized? It takes some cool, like quote unquote cool people to bring a light to something that people have already been doing. But I think like the people it's always been them need to be the acknowledgement and like also like beacons for self-expression. And it's like not somebody just because they like famous or a rapper, like, we didn't really start speaking highly about wrestling in our community until Westside Gunn did. And like, but I think the person shouldn't have to be seen as like dangerous or a dope boy to be able to like shed light on something that we all think is cool, but we just too scared to say it. So shit.
Got everybody attention.
Yeah. Well, if that was the goal, mission accomplished. But yeah, man, so I'm just happy to be here, bro.
Oh yeah, so I'm also here. I see they're having real technical difficulties, but I'm also here with a streaming service called Blerd Station. It's a streaming service geared towards Black, Indigenous people of color in speculative fiction and trying to shed light on original, people of color characters, animations, television shows and things like that. So I'm here just spreading the word. We're almost at our subscriber goal. We're trying to get our subscriber goal so we can officially launch. And so I just wanted to show you what we're all about.
Hell yeah, let's do it. That's hard, bro. Yeah, that's all y'all?
Yeah.
That's like everybody on the network?
Yeah, those are a bunch of creators and a bunch of people behind the scenes within the industry that signed on to Blerd Station.
Oh hell yeah!
Animators, Michael John White, Orlando Jones. They've all signed on to be a part of Blerd Station and try to get this moving forward.
Congratulations!
So that my mission. I'm just pressed for Blerd Station. I have a podcast, the Nerdcast podcast, and we specialize in talking to indie up and coming writers and people basically in the Blerd community. When I come here, I try to meet vendors. Put them on and get them on my podcast, get them views, and that's what I'm trying to do with Blerd Station. So that's all we tried to do here. Just get the word out, and wanted to let you in on what we're doing.
Hell yeah, man. Did you give everything to Big Cat, like where he can find it and subscribe and things like that?
Not yet.
Yeah. Make sure you let us get all the information, because hell yeah, bro. Like, and then also too, it's just something to shout out on the podcast for sure. Like, because we have a heavy following and they're coming to see the live show today. It would be good to introduce them to a space that's like for them, by them, and aligned with their interests. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also too, I like that the animators are like taking control of how they're being expressed in these spaces. Like, media is a very powerful tool, and oftentimes if it's not left up to us to control our media and how we're seen in that space, we're following the stereotypes, we're following the harmful like depictions of ourselves. And I think that it's amazing that y'all are taking full control of that. Like, I fuck with that heavy.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate you taking the time and check it out. And everybody, Deante Kyle, this next podcast, my dog.
Thank you.
Peace.